Being put on the night shift can be one of the most devastating things a human can be given, especially if they don't work at those hours, usually. One day, Riley, the man in our following video, was told to take this role and work from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m., and he initially rejected the offer. However, when his boss put the opportunity of double pay on the table, he had to take the offer. Little did anybody know that working would not be the primary strain on Riley's evening though, and there would be something far worse tormenting him that night. Have a look at what happened.
I'm freaking the crap out. So I was just doing night out at work back here, and then I walked to the back to grab a stapler, and I hear keys fall. And oh my gosh, I'm so freaking scared right now. I walk out here, and this is the breakfast report right here, and I put the keys with it, and when I walked away, the keys freaking fell by themselves. I don't know if I set them like on the edge or what, but they fell, and I'm freaking the crap out, people. Oh my gosh. The paper moved. It's moving again. Oh my gosh.
All sorts of things happened in this clip, from keys falling to the ground all the way to paper moving without any human interaction. This was frightening for obvious reasons, and Riley was super fortunate to have got it on camera so he could show his boss. To his dismay though, no further action was taken, but at least he wasn't made to suffer a night shift again. The man had always suspected his house was haunted, but things really started to escalate when he heard tapping sounds coming from the cabinet beside him. He walked over and noticed that an ornament with small dangling parts was lightly tapping against a cabinet door, seemingly on its own. Curious, he opened the cabinet to get a better look and decided to film in case something else happened.
Poltergeist.
So I'm sitting here gaming, and that object up there swung and literally smacked the glass really hard. Damn reflection, but look, still moving. Let's catch it before it stops. Look, still moving. Oh no, it moved. Look, it was sitting there, as you can see from the dust. Oh, so it moved. Alright. Can you make it swing again? Damn, I really need to wipe off in there. Look at all that shit. Can you make it swing again? Try to open that more. Hello? Can you make it move again? Oh, look. It made them all move now. Nice. Can you make it swing like you did before when it hit the glass? It's going out of focus. Alright, now I said swing it, not move it. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. And I opened that thing, so probably let the damn thing out. Yo, this thing keeps moving. I'm like nervous and shaking. And I'm lightheaded a little bit. Keeps going out of focus. Surprised them things ain't shaking more how much it moved. I'm so nervous, man. So lightheaded. I don't regret this, but can you make it move again? Can you make it move again? So lightheaded. Can you slide it the other way? Keeps going out of focus. Yo! Was that a nickel, a dime, a penny? Look, there's my change. That thing went flying. How did it not hit the glass? See, that's some glitch in the Matrix shit. Yo, I gotta rewatch that, cause how to get past that glass and fly behind this stuff. What the fuck is that? That's definitely not what flew out. I don't even know where that went. Or even...
As the camera rolls, the ornament moves again, this time not just swaying but visibly sliding to the right in a smooth, deliberate motion. Then, out of nowhere, a penny shoots out from inside the cabinet, curving around the edge of the closed door and landing on the floor. It defied any explanation. After seeing the footage back, he was stunned. There was no airflow, no vibration, and no explanation for how the coin had moved like that. He has now started documenting everything and is seriously considering bringing in someone with experience in the paranormal. Something is clearly trying to make itself known, and it is no longer subtle about it. The family had long suspected something wasn't right in their home. After months of strange occurrences, noises, shifting objects, and an uneasy feeling that never fully went away, they finally installed cameras in key areas to see if they could catch anything. One of the cameras in the living room captured something they weren't ready for. It begins with a toy suddenly activating by itself, mechanical sounds cutting through the quiet. Then, more toys start to move slowly, shifting unnaturally without anyone nearby. As if that weren't enough, a white chair suddenly slides across the floor, completely unprovoked. The room was empty, and the footage was clear. This wasn't wind, vibrations, or a trick of light. The family watched the video several times, each time more unsettled than the last. They've kept the footage, started logging every incident, and are now considering professional help. With the cameras still rolling and the activity escalating, one question remains. What is it that's trying to make itself known in their home? Make sure to subscribe because that question will be answered in a future video. On July 29, 2007, a group of boys decided to explore an old abandoned church on the outskirts of town. The place had been left to decay for years, and while the setting was eerie, nothing unusual happened for a while. They wandered through the dusty aisles, laughing and filming parts of their adventure like it was just another fun challenge.
Close that damn door, I'm scared shitless. Oh shit, look at this ladder, it's like a secret door or something. When we try to get up it?
I'm not doing it.
Should I?
I'm not. You can go. Fuck.
I am. Don't.
Something's gonna fall out of there.
Man, shut up. God damn it. We're around. I can't take this right
Oh
now.
god.
I'm so scared.
Shit.
Oh no. Oh my god. Turn the light. Turn the light. Listen. Oh shit, that's a fucking piano. Is that piano? Come on. Should we go out there? Is that door open?
Shit, we left the door open.
Should we stay in here for a second? No. We gotta stay. We gotta see if I can see this.
Alright,
This could be priceless.
Somebody. Oh shit! What do we do? Oh my god! I don't know what to fucking do. Please, God, help me! I gotta make it out alive. I want to see my mama. Alright. We gotta try to make it to the front door. Just run. Go. The door's locked. What do we do? Dude? We gotta make it run. Oh my god. Alright, go. Oh my god, holy shit! Holy fuck, the music stopped playing. The music, go. Shit! I'm scared shit. He's following. Oh god. I can't breathe.
That changed instantly when they heard a soft melody echo through the church. The piano, untouched and worn from time, was playing by itself. As they turned to look, an apparition appeared at the bench, its hands gliding over the keys. Panic set in. The boys bolted out of the building, barely able to process what they had seen. They called a taxi and waited in silence at the edge of the road, too shaken to speak. That night marked the end of their ghost hunting curiosity. None of them ever went exploring like that again. After what happened the last time Kyle Anthony appeared on this channel, he had tried to move on. That night he heard what sounded like a little girl laughing from the basement while Home Alone had never left his mind, but without solid proof, he let it go. This time though, his fiancée was home. When he heard the sound again, soft, eerie, and definitely childlike, he grabbed his phone and started recording.
Why do y'all want me to go down in the basement so bad? I'm already scared as hell. My fiance's home now, so it's a little bit better, but I don't want to go down there. Gosh dang. I haven't heard it again anyway. It was probably just the air conditioner making a freaking noise or something, you know what I mean? Whoa, oh, okay, no. Okay, y'all think that's Elmo now? That wasn't no toy. That wasn't no toy, y'all. Oh my gosh. ridiculous. Yeah, let's just not,
The video captures a quiet, unsettling noise rising from the basement. It isn't laughter this time, but something just as unnerving. It carried the same childish tone, like someone trying to speak, but not making sense. Kyle is spooked during this clip, and for a moment nothing else happens. But right at the very end, the basement door slightly moves. Just a subtle shift, enough to catch your eye and make your stomach drop. Afterward, Kyle showed his fiancée the footage, and both of them were left uneasy. They know there's no one else in the house, and no reason for the sound or the movement. Now that they've both heard it, they're starting to realize whatever is down there isn't going away on its own. Kyle has begun tracking each occurrence, and the couple is thinking seriously about bringing in outside help. This no longer feels like a coincidence. Something is down there, and it is making itself known. Elle had already been asleep for a while when a series of soft knocking sounds woke them up. Confused and uneasy, they grabbed their phone and started filming as they got out of bed to investigate.
Mami, te grabo este video porque están tocando constantemente la puerta. Están pasando cosas que no son normales. ¿Quién? ¿Quién? No hay nadie. ¿Viste eso?
In the moonlight, my honey, I know with the dawn that you.
The video shows Elle walking down the hallway toward the door where the knocking came from. They open it slowly, only to reveal absolutely nothing on the other side. No people, no wind, nothing that could have made the sound. After checking briefly, Elle returns to their room, and that's when the real shock hits. As the camera turns toward the bed, the covers are visibly shifting and tugging as if someone or something is underneath them, but there's no one there. Elle pans around the room in a panic, but it's completely empty. After the experience, Elle stayed awake the rest of the night with the lights on. The next morning, they told friends about it, and a few believe something is definitely trying to get their attention. Whether it's a warning or a presence just making itself known, Elle knows one thing for sure. That night changed everything. The following video was captured by a mother of 3, and her children's ages varied heavily. Her youngest was just 3 years old, but the eldest was a 16-year-old boy who was always out with his friends. One day, shortly after asking to go out, his mother allowed him to, despite it being a late hour, which would usually be off limits. Fortunately, he had a good time and was back home the next day, but little did he know what was going on back at his house whilst he was out.
Не поняла, опять этот звук. Снова. Именно когда сын уходит. Ё-моё. Именно когда сын уходит, появляется этот звук из шкафа. Ребята, вы это слышите? Вы слышите, да, это, ребята? Почему так происходит именно когда сын уходит на улицу? Боже мой.
Strangely, his voice could be heard, and it was almost as if it was within the walls of the house. No matter how many cabinets are storage items, the mother checked, she could not find her son, and this is when she realized it was a mimic. Over the next week, she plotted how to get rid of this ghost, but then realized since her real son came home, it stopped anyway, so there was no point. I send my wishes that it will not start again. In the following video, a recent university graduate was in his new home when he decided to document what he believed to be a haunting. Over the past few days, he had been hearing thudding sounds from a room nearby to his bedroom and knew that nobody or nothing should have been in the household with him. On this particular evening, it started again, and he came to a strong decision. He was not going to tolerate this anymore and was going to investigate instead. With that, he took his camera and he left his room. This is what he was able to find.
Hey guys, it's Blackman96, and I've been hearing some bumping noises upstairs, like right where my room is. I'm just gonna take a look at. Come on. Okay. Like, what the f was that? You guys hear that, right? Okay. That bottle of Windex was right here. I left it there this morning. It was right there. My room's kind of messy right now because lizards and such shit like that. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say. Oh, can you do that again? Fuck this.
The thudding led him to a room where all sorts of items had moved, and it was obvious that something had been in there. For a brief moment, he believed that a squatter or somebody along those lines had infiltrated the building, but that was far from what was actually going on. A piece of china slid across the desk, and bravely, the man recording the incident asked the poltergeist to do this another time. To his fortune, it listened and threw the china cup off from the counter whilst on camera. After this whole situation, he sprinted back to his room and tucked himself away in bed, hoping to sleep all of this torment away. He was able to do this for one night, with no disruptions entering his place of rest, but it would only be one day later that the spirit took it upon himself to enter his bedroom. The time was 7 o'clock in the evening, and the man was just watching some television when this happened.
I just came home and I heard some footsteps, some bumping noises upstairs, so I ran and got my camera, and I felt some wind blowing, so I started to film, and it was like in this direction over here. It was like the curtains were moving over there and the window's shut, so I'm just gonna film over here and See if I can get a response to whatever's moving. Okay. If you're here, give us a sign. Me a sign. Okay. I promise I'm not going to run this time. There's no reason to run. Holy shit. Okay, I don't think one can do that. There was something holding the door shut and it just flew out. Okay, I'm going to my room now. Okay. That was by far the freakiest thing that's ever happened to me. I promised myself if anything like that happened, I would continue filming and not run. Unlike last time. So, yeah, I don't know.
Strangely, all sorts of things moved in the room without any sort of human intervention, and it was clear that there were no strings of any sort attached. Whilst this scenario did frighten the man behind the camera, he was fortunately able to remain calm and stable throughout this event, which is really impressive. I hope that he never has to go through anything like this ever again. Lainey and Ben were a happily married couple who viewed each other very early into their relationship. Their parents were quite unsupportive of this decision, but they were going strong regardless. That was until they discovered that their rented property was far from welcoming. Over time, they started to realize that there was some sort of spiritual presence inside of the place, but due to their contract with the landlord, they were not allowed to leave just yet. So despite the video that you are about to watch being scary, they were forced to prevail.
What the hell? Shut up! What the hell? Did you see it?
You couldn't miss it? Oh, you've got to watch that back.
Was that a shadow just then?
Where?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Now there was a range of sounds coming from upstairs that indicated something else was in the property. Lainey and Ben bravely approached the scene to see if they could catch whatever had broken in, but to their dismay, it was something worse than a squatter. The door opened on its own accord, and a shadow could be seen gliding up the staircase that only had one explanation for existing: a poltergeist. As I mentioned earlier though, the duo were bound by their contract to keep paying rent for this house for at least 2 months. They could have moved out but would be paying huge bills for no reason, so decided to make do. The ghost did not make this task easy though, and just a day later, tormented them again. This time it was rattling and pounding upon the exact same door, but when Ben went to open it, nothing happened on the other side. Instead, a door across the entire sitting room began to do the same thing, and this is when he decided that he had enough. A home is not a home if you cannot feel safe, and so he contacted a ghost hunter and paid them $200 to eradicate the spirit, which was a successful operation, in the short term, at least. For the next few weeks, absolutely nothing abnormal occurred inside of the house, and both Lainey and Ben truly believed that the place had been cleansed, and they cancelled all plans regarding moving out over the coming months. Little did they know that it was way too soon to make decisions of that size, because unfortunately, the ghost came back, and this time stronger than before. Ben was enjoying his peace, whilst he was home alone without a spirit to haunt him. He was being productive, watching YouTube while editing his own video at the same time, but this peace would end in a matter of minutes.
This cupboard door's just opened. I'm just sat here watching some YouTube and editing up a video, and I was just sat here at the corner of my eye, just saw it open, and oh. I heard these fall. One of these cupboard doors is opened. You can tell by the cupboard door, like, you know, bro. Oh my God.
This time items other than the doors started moving on their own accord, and it was a horrible experience for Ben. The stress going through his mind was immense, because he truly thought he was at peace and escaped the life of a poltergeist living with him. This just was not the case though. He and Lainey decided to write a letter to the landlord, telling him why they needed to escape the house and that the living conditions were insufferable. Due to there not being enough evidence to make this legally required though, the landlord decided to reject the proposal and continue to rack in the cash. I truly wish Ben and Lainey a safe few months, and hopefully the poltergeist moves on to more deserving prey. On May the 8th of 2022, a viral video was uploaded to YouTube, and it was terrifying to say the least. It was posted by a channel called Japanese Horror Entertainment, and as you probably know based on the title of this video, it was regarding a haunted occurrence. The specific member of the channel who recorded this video was called Omagatoki, and he was a profound ghost hunter in the country of Japan. He was known for his cheap prices in eradicating spirits, in order to help those suffering in poorer financial situations tackle their haunting situations, and he did a very good job. The clip that I am about to expose you to took place in a client's house that was supposedly home to a really agitating ghost.
하와이って聞こえたよね。
The ghost seemed to be angered by the presence of a ghost hunter, and Omagatoki was simply gathering evidence of its existence so that he could research it more. This research would help him later banish the ghost from the property. Despite the activity the ghost showed here, it was unfortunately unidentifiable, meaning the ghost hunter had to banish it with no information on its power. Fortunately, he succeeded though, and the house was cleansed and made safe for the owners to move back into. Johan was your regular local store owner, and the locals loved talking to him when they came into the store to buy their items. He was kind to everybody, and there was literally no reason not to like him, which made it ever more saddening that the spirit we are about to see cause havoc made him its target. The time was around midday, and Johan was stocking the shelves directly in front of the security camera. He was extremely fortunate that he was in this position when the poltergeist struck, because CCTV managed to detect all of it, so have a look. If you paid really close attention, then you should have noticed the hood of Johan getting pulled by seemingly nothing. However, as we all know, physics would not allow that to happen. There must have been someone or something acting upon the coat to have caused the hood to make this movement, but no matter how much Johan slowed down the footage and zoomed in, he was not able to make out what. The following video was recorded in the kitchen and has been analyzed by many experts in the paranormal field. Every single one of them says that the clip is a real haunting, so you can't really argue with that statistic. The man who owned the house was watching television in the living room when he heard someone or something pottering around the kitchen. He was completely certain that nobody else was in the house, so in a state of confusion, he went to investigate when this happened.
Keep hearing these noises. Let's check it out. Whoa. Whoa. Good to turn this light on so I can see. Whoa, that's crazy. Don't know what that is. See if it does it again.
As well as the clear ghost orbs floating around the room, actual things were happening. Strangely, the kitchen cabinets opened and closed repeatedly, as if a person was controlling them, but it was beyond evident that there was not a human causing this. That left only one possible solution, and it was a poltergeist in the house to which the man cannot trick his mind into believing. So he has decided to tick this off as a one-off incident, not to be taken too seriously. On September the 23rd of 2015, a video was uploaded to YouTube that would frighten a large majority of its viewers. It was filmed and uploaded by a man called Adam, and bear in mind that before this video was posted, he had never fallen victim to paranormal incidents before. Adam was on the toilet doing his business while scrolling on TikTok when he suddenly snapped out of the doom scroll to the noise of two people having a discussion in his kitchen. No one else was home at the time, making things really creepy for him, so he quickly finished up what he was doing and went to have a look. This is what he was able to find.
Hello?
Oh shit. Shit. What the f is this shit? No way. No way. I'm off. Yeah.
Instead of his 2 family members coming home early, Adam walked into a room of utter chaos. All sorts of items fell to the ground, and the levels of paranormal activity must have been very high for this to happen. Weaker ghosts become tired after 1 or 2 movements, but this one moved at least 4 items, meaning it was either very powerful or there were several. Whichever one of these outcomes is the truth is just as terrifying for Adam and his family, though, of which I strongly advise they take action. It was just shy of 2 o'clock in the morning, and Brent and Tom had been woken up by some mysterious sounds coming from outside of his room. These sounds were unidentifiable for him, and no matter how closely he listened or squinted into the doorway, he just couldn't work out what it was. In case something bad was about to happen in the outcome of this, Brenton made sure to take out his mobile phone to record the situation, and he was very lucky that he did, because he was able to capture this clip.
Alright, it's me, Brenton, as you can tell. Is the lighting good? I can't tell. Anywho, I'm making this video because I heard some noises before, and we were kind of talking about ghosts and stuff. So I was gonna see if I can, like, you know, capture some stuff, because it's kind of spooked. I feel a little safer with the camera going, you know, even though whatever. But here, let me show you really quick. Alright, so I heard the noise over there. That's the cabinet that I took those photos of. As you can see, the time right now is, let's focus for a second, there we go. 1:48 in the morning, almost 2, and wait, hear that? Here's something. What is that? Noise. Footsteps. Kinda spooked. Oh, that right there, that's just my shadow. That's me right there, so no worries there. What the hell is that?
When Brenton started the recording, the thuds did not stop, which actually went against his predictions that they would when a camera came out. Towards the end of the video, an even stranger thing than some sounds happened to him though. Somehow, the door to his cabinet opened on its own accord, and it was evident that no visible forces were interacting with it. Brenton also felt a cold and spine-tingling feeling run down his chest during this incident, leading me to further believe that this series of events was caused by a being that isn't from our realm, a spiritual being. When somebody realizes that their house is haunted, they tend to contact some form of ghost hunter or expert who can aid them in getting rid of, or at least coping with the spirit. However, there is a huge negative to this, and that is that most of the hunters out there require a file of evidence in order to proceed with the task. The average requirement is roughly 3 clips, but if one is top-notch, then they will usually let a client off, but charge higher. This is because they do not want to waste their time with fake ghosts. The man in our next clip had been haunted for a while, so decided to record for 5-minute intervals at random points of the day, and this time, when he decided to do it, something actually followed. Take a look.
Tam, someone in the door. Wait, whoa. Cough. Cough. Hey! Cough. Oh,
The cutlery was formed in some form of odd pattern that after analysis from experts could be interpreted in evil ways. It took the form of a supposed symbol that represented Satanism, but I don't know to what extent this is truthful. What I do know is that the fact these items were perfectly balanced alone must have been way too hard for a human to do, which acts as further evidence that it was done by a ghost. Fortunately, the ghost hunter also accepted this as liable evidence and is set to visit them in a week's time, so I wish the family the best of luck in dealing with this ghost. Liv and her boyfriend Jacob have been in a predicament for a long time regarding their haunting because they have no idea what to do about it. Roughly 2 months ago, Liv noticed the first ever weird thing happen inside of their house, which was a sofa moving an inch without any of them touching it, and since then, the events have carried on coming. Liv decided to start documenting the incidents through TikTok so that people could be made aware of what they were going through, and it gets decent views with the upcoming clip being one of the posts on the account. Here it is.
There's no one, literally no one. There's no one out here.
Out of nowhere, sounds started coming from the other side of the door, and it opened on its own accord. Liv's boyfriend, Jacob, was not home during this instance because he was out at a party and left her to take care of the house. In order to prove to her viewers that it was real, she went to the door and searched the adjacent room, but it was no surprise that nothing was on the other side. Hopefully, the couple find a solution to the whole situation that does not involve money, because that is the main reason that they can't get the place purified. Losing a loved one is a horrible feeling that I am lucky enough to not have felt yet. The woman in the following video was a mother of 2, but unfortunately divorced her husband for reasons that have not been disclosed publicly. After the divorce, her husband went on to live a single life, but she was different and quickly found a replacement, becoming the stepfather of the kids, and they both loved him as if he was blood. As if the world was against the woman though, her new love of her life passed away just 3 months after they got together, but he was not gone forever, and this video proved that.
Is that you, Bill? Yes? No? Bill? Can you get closer? Is that you? Baby, is that you? Turn it on and off again. Bill? Is that you coming through there? I love you. Come back on. There you go. Bill? Maxie? Are you together? Yes? Come back on. Once for yes, Bill. Yes? Is Max with you? Once, yes? Where's Maxie? With you? Bill? Are you there? Turn it off again. Bill? Is Max with you? Are you gone? Found something you can get up, come on and off with, huh?
It was no coincidence that the light kept changing after questions were asked, which meant that this could not have been an electrical issue and was in fact much deeper. If the stepfather's goal was to make his girlfriend more at ease and content, it failed because she was really frightened at the idea of a ghost being inside of her house. And being honest, can you really blame her? Early on a Sunday morning in Santa Cruz, two people were in the car, driving home from a concert. The time was exactly 12:30 a.m., and they had a spectacular time at the concert singing along to every single line from the artist. However, they had no clue what was coming for them. During the ride home, they couldn't stop discussing the concert and their favorite parts, which meant that the sadness of not being there anymore was starting to kick in. Something was about to make their mood go even lower though, and it was something that they caught in the right mirror here.
Feels like time to like go and hang out. Yeah, I'm not even on the gas right now. It's all coasting, it's all gravity. 35, you're fucking high, whoever put that. You okay? Someone was in the middle of the fucking road. Yeah, I'm not even on the gas right now. It's all coasting, it's all gravity. You live at 35, you're fucking high, whoever put that. Okay? Someone was in the middle of the fucking road. Oh shit. You okay? You're okay. You're okay. Breathe, baby. Breathe, 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 breathe. Breathe, 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 breathe.
Out of nowhere, a man could be seen walking across the highway, and they were not visible until the car was right next to him, almost as if he just appeared out of thin air. The person was disturbingly close to the vehicle, and the family were extremely lucky that they didn't crash from pure shock, because I know a lot of people who would. The Midwest Ghost Hunter is a man braver than everybody watching this video, combined because he goes to haunted locations all across the Midwest regions of America for his money. The craziest part is that he doesn't even get paid much from this professionalism, and would probably get more money in the bank account working a 9 to 5. Regardless of how much money the Midwest Ghost Hunter makes, you have to see him as a brave man, though, and this clip is a perfect showcase of exactly why this is the case. Have a look.
Oh my god.
There are literal bodies in here. That is terrifying. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fake. Better make sure, just to be safe. Yeah, that's plastic. That is still unbelievably creepy. This must be the makeshift morgue. The morgue where they stacked bodies. Right here. It was right along this wall. Are there any spirits of those who were kept down here? I'll go and do some photography. What is that? Floating right there. Dude, that was a straight up shadow. It was just behind that door. Oh God. Who's over here? There's nothing here now. Oh my gosh. There's a little shadow floating right in this doorway. It's like a shadowy blob floating in midair. Oh God, I think I know exactly what it is. It's that freaking creeper. Oh God. I was out here. Where'd you go, creeper? You shadowy entity thing? Oh, dude, I caught it again. It's down the freaking hall. It's floating in midair. Oh my God. You can see it. It's on one side, and then the next one, it's on the other side. Dude, this thing is bolting around everywhere. What are you? Are you a human entity? You definitely don't seem human.
The Midwest ghost hunter was taking pictures of the scene because he liked photo evidence for his video thumbnails when all of a sudden he noticed a shadow blob moving around. He believed that the blob represented a ghost, and it was not a silly thing to make of it. It was very much surreal. If you enjoyed this clip from the Midwest Ghost Hunter, be sure to subscribe so you get to see his clips in future videos. A trio of siblings were all in their parents' room when they swore they witnessed a chair rocking without any human interaction. It was as if someone or something was sitting inside of it, causing the phenomenon to happen. But due to the clear view of the front and back of the chair, it was obvious that nothing visible actually caused this. That beckons the question though, what did? And I think we all know the true answer, but I'll let you have a watch beforehand.
Okay, I'm here with my cousin Braden, my cousin Benton, and my brother Karsten. And this is our parents' bedroom. And we've been catching this rocking chair moving by itself. And nobody believes us. But we're all here at home alone, and we're going to see if we can catch it now. Somebody want to ask it to move?
Move.
Please, sir or ma'am, please move the chair if you can.
Or male or female, move.
I'm scared.
Me too.
Probably ain't going to do it with us sitting here.
Oh, I'm so scared, cousin. What is the tragic, cousin?
Is it moving a little bit?
Oh my gosh.
It is.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my. Oh. Oh. Man, that's so creepy. Why do we have to stand here? Huh?
Wait, hold on, wait. Somebody go see if somebody's behind there.
I will.
Why do we have to do this?
Oh, no one's behind there. Oh,
Let me
gosh.
see. Let me get on
gosh.
camera.
Oh gosh.
But it is moving. And nobody's back there.
I'm so scared.
And plus, you can see in the mirror. Nobody's standing behind there while it's moving. Oh, it's slowing down now. Is it gonna do it anymore for us? Nope. Stop. So there we go. We got it on camera.
It was evident that a spirit caused this from the fact alone of the chair moving after the siblings asked it to. They were all frightened by this, but due to being a trio, they were able to feel much less fear than usual in such a circumstance, and luckily caught it on camera. They sent the video to their mother and uploaded it to YouTube to see what they should do next, but the vast majority of people online didn't believe them, so offered no aid. If you have any advice for these kids, then leave it in the comments so that if they come across the video, they can get the help that they deserve. Ghost hunting in terms of a paid profession is something that I can get behind, because the amount of money that people get paid for their work in this industry is surreal. However, when people do this as a hobby rather than a job, things begin to feel strange. Alonzo was a ghost hunter, far different from the rest, and instead of using his love for the paranormal as a tool to make a living, he simply had fun with it. Whether it was using Ouija boards inside his own house, or exploring others and helping them out free of charge, he was happy to do it, and this is why Alonzo was seen as a bit of an outcast. Regardless though, he continued to help people in haunted trouble, and the following video comes from one of his house visits. Before I show you the video though, if you have any paranormal clips and would like me to break them down in a future video for you, then send the footage to drokumedia1@gmail.com and give me the story of what happened. Now, have a watch.
Aquí hay muchas manos, para que vean que aquí hay manos. Dime cómo te llamas. ¿Por qué estás aquí? Uy, algo le están pegando. Vean todas las manos que hay aquí. Vean todas las manos que hay aquí. Uy, ¿dónde estás? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Estás aquí conmigo? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¡Ay, se volteó! ¡Ay, se volteó! ¡Se volteó la cabeza! ¡Lámpara! Volteó la cabeza! Uy, no manches la cabeza, la volteó. Uy, me dio miedo. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Vamos a levantar esto. Mira lo feo. Manches, está llorando, amigos. Está como llorando. Vean. Está como llorando, miren. Está como llorando, miren. ¿Cómo te llamas? Si estás aquí, quiero que me digas tu nombre.
The first weird part of this video was that Alonzo's device was indicating a presence and trying extremely hard to translate what it was trying to say, but unfortunately failed. This was not the spookiest part though. The spirit also decided to move the mannequin, and Alonzo made it very evident that there were no attachments on it. This video was the act of a ghost, but it was Alonzo. He looked back and enjoyed it. One day, James was doing the innocent activity of eating breakfast when he got a really weird and eerie feeling out of nowhere. It felt like he was being stared at deep into his soul, so he decided to do the most logical thing and look around. His head scanned the room, but was drawn to a counter, and to the surprise of James, A cup from this counter launched itself across the room as if a person had thrown it. It was after this that he started to record the incident, just in case anything else followed, and he did the right thing because it did.
Off the table. Cleaned up all the glasses you can see. But I'm home alone, and even when I'm not home alone, all this stuff seems to happen. What was that? I'm not feeling too well. You know what? Gotta calm down. I'm gonna find out what this is. Really? Really? Nobody's here. You coward. What? Wow, the lights turned off by themselves. I'm scared. What was that? Did you see that? Did you hear that? This is scary. Let me scan around. I really should call out a paranormal investigation team. Oh my gosh. It's cold. It's freezing cold. I can't touch it. It's so cold. I'm so scared. Really? Really? I can't deal with this anymore. I'm leaving.
This was a big step up from a moving cup, and all sorts of hauntings happened within a short period of time, which is referred to as a paranormal surge. The most prominent incident was when the stool collapsed to the ground on its own accord, and happened to be freezing cold in the aftermath, which anybody who knows anything about ghosts knows is a huge giveaway of a presence. James contacted a ghost hunter after this incident, and surprisingly, negotiated a low price, so they are expected to come within 2 weeks. All we can do is pray that the hunt turns out successful. Mark and Shannon were a happy couple living in a not-so-happy environment, and it was quite sad to be completely honest. They were perfect for each other and could not wait to live as one. But when they started to rent their first property, they had no clue that it was going to be haunted. Every time one of them was left alone in the house, a huge paranormal surge would happen, and luckily for you, Mark decided to record his entire evening once, just to prove to some doubters that this phenomenon was actually happening to them, and I managed to find the footage. Here you go.
Something's not right now. I don't know what it is. Something is not right, dude. What is it? What's up there? What is it to you? My adrenaline's pumping, my heart is racing. I've already seen some fucking weird shit.
The spirit opened the kitchen cupboard on video, and it was obvious that no natural thing caused it to happen. Mark sent the video to all of his friends that doubted him, but to his dismay, none of them believed him and thought he was more of a weirdo for pretending and setting up a fake experience. Do you think the experience looked fake? Let me know in the comment section, but I personally think it looked authentic enough to believe. On February the 5th of 2025, Maddie was at home when something spooked her so much that she had to evacuate her house and hide in her vehicle whilst waiting for her family to come and protect her. It's important to note that before this event, she had never experienced anything paranormal, but when she noticed a shadow figure moving in her yard, she knew that it was far from a natural light casting. Here it is.
I understand this is probably going to sound insane or look like a blur to you, but I was crying. I watched this thing move across in my rearview mirror when I was driving back of my car to the front. I could see it from outside and in the mirror. I got out of my car, like staring at me, but if I looked away, I couldn't find it until it was closer. I have never felt fear like this. The hair on my arms was standing up. I was crying on the phone with my mom, waiting for my stepdad to come over because I couldn't believe this is what I really saw.
While poor Maddie was sitting in the locked car, the shadow figure continuously stared at her, and every time she looked away from it, it supposedly got closer. It was genuinely like a horror movie for her, and she even suffers from PTSD because of it. Beyond this point, she becomes scared by the most normal shadow castings and thinks that the spirit is haunting her again. There have been no verified sightings of the spirit from Maddie since, though, and we are safe to believe that the only long-lasting effect from all of this is her trauma. A tourist called Mitchell was visiting Scotland and decided that he was going to take a leisurely stroll down a nice and long road. When he reached a certain point, though, he began to hear some distinct banging, but assuming it was just a human using a hammer or something, he ignored it. As he got closer and closer to the sound, though, it intensified, and the rate in which it happened only got louder. It was when he reached an abandoned building that he realized it must have been the source. Curiously, he walked around the building to see if he could figure out what was causing the banging, and sure enough, he was successful. This is what he found.
It is a ghost.
It's just a wind.
Mate. Must be a ghost.
No, it's a wind.
No, it's a ghost.
Let's go.
There's nothing else there. What else could it be?
See? Really?
I told you it was haunted.
Now, there are several reasons why this could have been faked, but I am about to debunk them. First of all, the wind could have easily caused the door to move, but if this was the case, why would it have stopped the second another noise was made behind the door? Secondly, there could have been an animal or person behind the door barging against it, but no matter how far you zoom into the crack, absolutely no movement was visible. Everybody in their right mind knows that this place was haunted. The man who recorded the following video is actually a viewer of the channel who submitted the content to drokumedia1@gmail.com in order to be featured, and if you want something similar, then make sure to do the same. A few years ago, he made a very small YouTube channel where he would read scary stories in the location that they happened in, and it was quite a cool idea, I must say. After the event that I am about to show you though, he was forced to give up entirely and never wanted to do something of this sort ever again. It took place in Jerome, Arizona, in the Jerome Grand Hotel, and it was extremely creepy. He had just finished reading a letter from a subscriber when this happened.
Okay.
The viewer was woken up by the sound of feet running across his hotel room, and he instantly turned on his mobile phone camera, followed by his flashlight. There was a loud noise that struck fear into him, but then out of nowhere, the tap turned itself on. This had to be a spirit rather than some sort of pipe issue because the handle had physically turned, meaning something had to have moved it, and it was evident that nothing else was in the room at the time. This experience was very spooky, and all we can do is hope that they haven't experienced anything of the sort since. I won't forget to say thank you to the kind viewer who submitted this, and the email is on screen if you want your clips to be in our future videos. Kai Tanat is one of the biggest streamers on the entirety of the internet, and one thing that he is really good at is getting clips. People go as far as to say he goes out of his way to capture interesting clips, but in the one that I am about to show you, it looked very authentic. It took place all the way back in 2023, and Kai was doing one of his Twitch streams where he would sit down and entertain chat. Little did he know that he was not the only one who would entertain them in that stream. Have a look.
R.
Bro, come on, bro.
Strangely, the door behind Kai slowly opened, and it became clear that there was something or someone present. Kai, not used to things of this nature, looked visibly frightened and keen to leave the room, but he knew that he had to keep broadcasting in order to make more money from his chat. This event put a vivid memory into his mind that he will never forget, and nobody in the entire chat could identify a natural cause other than the paranormal world. Arya Saki going live was a usual occasion, and when she started a cooking stream one day, nobody batted an eye. For the weeks coming up to this stream, she allowed her viewers to vote on something that they wanted her to make, and when the decision was made and the stream went live, they all came pouring in to see if she could make it to perfection. At one point in the stream, the chat started asking her about paranormal activity, and how they got onto this topic is something I don't know. What happened next was very coincidental, considering this information though.
I'm actually not scared of stuff like that. For me, I need to like see it to believe it. So I don't really believe in like ghosts or any type of spiritual stuff. Doesn't mean I'm not afraid of the visuals though. I can't do scary movies or haunted houses. It's the shock factor that's scary for me. If they like pop out of nowhere, I cannot. But if I'm like just listening to it or like, you know, hearing a story on it, I'm like very unaffected.
The item on the counter started spinning as if a human had triggered it, but it was more than evident that no one or nothing was there. After the clip, Aria showed her viewers the entire surrounding of the item, and there were no strings attached whatsoever, confirming that this clip was real. Ever since then, she has never experienced anything similar and hopes that it stays that way. In the following video, a group of 4 social media friends decided to call on Zoom for a Twitch stream. Their theory was that having more people present would allow for more engagement, and this ended up being correct, with the stream being one of the most successful ones on his page. However, the stream had a dark side of which frightened all 4 of them, even causing a 5th friend to join when it was put into the group chat. Take a look.
People gotta go, and we gotta bring some people in. I understand what you're saying, though. The Nets is kind of a different thing. They blew everything up to bring in some superstars, but y'all already got RJ Brunson. Y'all got Josh Hart. I think y'all need to build off of those 2 people and a couple of more pieces. I do like RJ Barrett, but I don't know. It might be time for him to go as well. You never really know. So I say you just build off of those people. Was that a ghost? Never really know. So I say you just build off of those people. Was that a ghost?
I just personally... Oh, yo, Junebug, chill out.
Yo, that wasn't even a person.
Junebug, chill out. I ain't got time for this. Yo, did we catch a ghost on stream?
Bro, stop.
No, stop it. Stop Junebug, it. Chill out. I'm alone.
Hey, I didn't see it. I didn't see anything, man. I was looking at it.
Turn on the lights. Stop playing, bro. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it.
I'm gonna go look at it right now because this is what?
Oh, shit.
Bro.
What? Junebug, what happened?
That was not a person, bro.
Bro, chill out. What are y'all talking about? J-Rob, stop.
Hey, y'all chill out, man. Hold up, man. I ain't with this.
Bro, go watch it for yourself.
Run it back. Somebody run back the clip. Please, somebody run back this clip. Oh,
bro.
Somebody clip that.
Run it back at 5 minutes.
I don't know what y'all
Run it back at 5 minutes.
You know what? I'm gonna put the lights on, but
yeah, do that.
No.
Hey, Christy, bro, you ain't got no parent.
Somebody, please cut that back. Oh, somebody, please cut that back and clip it. Oh,
ain't got no paranormal up in there, bro. Like, nah, but let's but nah, J-Rob.
Okay.
J-Rob, what was this?
What the y'all see? I'm not playing no more.
Nah, J-Rob, boy, so you disagreed.
Some form of shadow figure was caught gliding across the screen of Chris, and there are not many things that could have been other than a ghost. Chris went as far as to search his room straight after the incident on the off chance that this was anything other than a poltergeist, but he saw nothing. After the stream, he came into contact with a ghost hunter who watched it, and they agreed a price to get him round to cleanse the house. I believe everything was fine after that, but we do not truly know. When you watch the news, you expect nothing too flashy, and nothing but real-world situations. On the odd occasion, though, some unorthodox things are caught on these programs, such as snowballs being thrown at presenters, or children desperately trying to be broadcast nationwide. There is one thing that I have not mentioned, though: cameos from our favorite beings on this channel, ghosts. The upcoming broadcast came from News Channel 13, and this is what it caught.
And as you can see behind me here, we have a few gravestones, but what you can't see because it's dark out, and as you can see behind me here, we
Similarly to the last clip, a shadow figure glided across the screen, but this time, it was in a location that I would describe as much more appropriate, a graveyard. You would expect to see haunted things conjured up in places like this, but the fact it happened on live television was crazy, and everybody was able to see a real ghost in action. Now we're moving off from the big live streaming platforms such as news broadcasts and Twitch. We are going to Facebook. The streamer who was able to capture the clip that I am about to expose you to is fairly small on the platform and has an average viewer base of around 50 viewers. This spiked heavily after the insane clip that changed his life for the bad happened. It was 11 o'clock at night and everybody was starting to get to sleep. Not this creature, though.
I fucking backed over and show y'all that the picture came from in the back of my yard. Let me see if I can flip this bitch around. That's the exact spot now. That's my backyard. I'm zooming in a little piece. This is the exact spot that I just. Hold on. This dog. What in the fuck?
It looked awfully close to Siren Head, and although we know it wasn't that due to it being a fictional character, it definitely holds the same amount of creepiness around it. The last thing that I would want to see after opening my back door is that thing running around, so it must have been horrible for the streamer who bravely recorded it. Thor H13 was an up-and-coming Twitch streamer who usually had no more than 15 people tuned into him at the same time. He would play all sorts of games with his favorite genre being horror by an absolute mile. In the stream in which the clip that I am about to show you emerged, he was playing a horror game as per usual when all of a sudden something unexplainable happened, and the clip was able to get him a lot of free traction. Take a look.
And I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you for watching the stream. Make sure you hit that follow button if you're watching on YouTube, so apps. Hit that subscribe button, man. Check out the other games and videos that I make and whatnot. You know what I mean? Alright, guys. It's your big man Thor H13. Sign out. Peace! That was a good game. I liked it. We finished 2 chapters. Finished 2 chapters. Well, guys, if you have... What the was that? Did you guys see that? This shit just fell. The fuck? What the? Anyway.
Just as Thor H13 ended the stream, he was dismissed with a loud sound, and nobody has yet discovered any natural cause for it. The Thor plushie collapsed to the ground with an almighty thud that no simple plushie should have been able to generate. A spirit must have applied a large amount of force to make this happen, and this is why people are so certain of what it was. Since this event, the streamer in question has never experienced anything similar or of the sort, and all we can do is hope that it stays that way. So far in this video, all of the streamers have noticed that something strange has happened right away, but that is not the case for our next one. He was gaming for his large audience, and I mean large because this is a high-tier streamer when something totally unexpected took place. It was so strange and so widely viewed that it caused a lot of speculation among the audience as to what actually caused it, with many referring to it as a publicity stunt to get people rolling into the stream. Me though, it looks pretty authentic, but I'll let you form your own opinions after watching it. Out of seemingly nowhere, the art piece in the background fell off from one of its hinges, and it has come to my attention that it was nailed in, making it extremely unlikely that it would just fall. Furthermore, we do not see the streamer make any sudden movements in sync with the art piece collapsing, making it confirmational that even if it was fake, he could not have triggered it. Due to these two factors, I pin this video out to be a real one, but how about you do some analysis and let me know what you think in the comments. In the following video, 4 very large and influential Twitch streamers gathered on a stream to discuss how they all made it to their famous status. But that was not all that happened. They had a very myriad amount of people watching the stream due to it being all of their audiences combined, and they made it to the topic of how luck plays a part in making it big online. Minx, one of the streamers in question, was emphasizing this point when the other girls realized that something peculiar went on in the background. Can you spot it too?
I'm going to be an influencer. It's like, it's such a gamble in this industry. That's one of the worst things. You can be the most entertaining.
Oh my god,
like,
Minx, your
did
freaking
your wheelchair just
yeah,
move?
your wheelchair just
No,
moved
I
by
swear
itself.
on my life, it just moved.
It just moved by.
I didn't
It's
see
just
it.
like your wheelchair just moved by itself, Minx.
No, it did.
Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
did.
I swear.
It did.
Somehow, the wheelchair behind Minx that belonged to one of her grandparents moved on its own accord, and the fact that Minx didn't even notice was pretty frightening. Both of her grandparents were alive and well, so it could not have been one of their spirits controlling the chair, rather one that had the sole intent of causing harm and chaos. In the aftermath of the incident, she decided that the next best step would be to put the wheelchair in the trash and purchase a new one for her grandparents. She was in a great financial situation, so it was the obvious fix. Unlike all of the other streamers whose paranormal experiences we have looked into, this next streamer was a regular when it came to experiencing poltergeist activity. He had a specific flat that he rented out just to stream inside of, and whenever he went over, he was ridiculed with paranormal activity. Streaming was his primary source of income, so no matter how much he wanted to relocate his streaming setup, he was unable to. Furthermore, all of the paranormal activity only increased both his viewership and his income, so he knew he had to persevere in order to have a better future. The clip I am about to show you came from one of the streams inside the flat, and actually tilted him so far that he never came back.
Here, and I'm honestly really shaken right now. I've talked to Jay. He knows what to do in case of an emergency. My parents know I'm here. Several friends in real life know I'm here. That's all I have to say right now. I'm gonna try and get into the gameplay. I tried to play the demo again, and it's gonna be fun. We got Dustin with the $2 holly, guys. Let's get a hashtag Dustin in the chat. In the chat. Door. Oh. I'm gonna ACG with the dollar olive. We're gonna check it out, guys. can't do it. I'm completely numb right now. I'm completely numb. My mouth is numb, my face is numb, I can't feel my hands. There's noises behind me. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I tried. I'm sorry. I'm going home, guys. I'm ending my stream right here. Thank you guys for coming by. I'm sorry. This is a lot shorter than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know. Go raid Skilled Apple. Go. I'm going home. I'm going home. Sorry, guys.
All sorts of stuff happened here, and the reaction from the streamer said it all. He was in tears and on the verge of going insane, but fortunately, he made the right decision and put his mental state above the entertainment of his viewers. The only problem now is whether his landlord will see this reason as reasonable enough to let him leave the place earlier than expected, and he should do. The following video was captured by Sam, and he was not new to the paranormal world. In fact, he could be considered an expert. For 2 long and draining months, Sam had been constantly hit with paranormal surges in his house, and he has no idea where all of this sparked from. Before this time period, he didn't even believe in ghosts, but throughout it, they have become his biggest fear. Anyways, one of his big dreams was to catch his spirit doing its acts on camera, but to his dismay, every single time that he pressed record, the sequences stopped. However, one day this didn't happen, and Sam finally got the footage that he had been gunning for such a prolonged period. Take a look. All around him, things were happening, and so much occurred in such a short span of time. He was walking around the house to make sure that everything he needed to get on video was caught, and it is safe to say he had a lot of evidence of this spirit's existence. As well as uploading it to social media, he also contacted a ghost hunter and showed them the clip, which was able to get him an appointment. We wish Sam the best in banishing this long-serving spirit. On January the 14th of 2008, which is a very long period of time ago, a group of friends decided that they were actually going to investigate something weird that was going on. They were doing a common method of living for young people called rent splitting, where a group of friends all pay an equal amount to live in a home. Little did any of them in this situation know that the house they split on was a hellhole for ghosts. At random intervals, the people in the house would hear noise coming from the basement, and whenever they checked, things moved. One day they took a camera with them and went to investigate the scene. This is how that turned out.
We've lived here for about a year and we always hear noises coming from this place. We think it's a cat, but we go in there and stuff moves and we turn on the lights and we look all over. There's no cats or there's no mice, there's no animals at all. You can't find any. But if you just sit there and wait, you see things actually move. And it's like, you know, you shine lights everywhere, you can't see anything.
Turn on your flashlight. Okay.
No, but seriously, dude, if you die, I have to go home, and that's not very fun.
No, that's hilarious.
They locked it. What the fuck? This is so fucking
No, it's not locked, dude. Check it out. Do it again. Say that again.
Dude, somebody's told to live down here.
All right, wait. We're okay.
What are you doing? Is it on?
Yeah, what's going on? Dude, I'm not going in there.
I'm not going there. Fucking go.
Nicole, I think you should go.
Dude, there's spider webs. You know what?
All right, dude, fuck it.
I'm
Let's leave.
Just afraid of spiders. Dude, come on.
What? All right, let me get some footing here. It's kind of hard.
Dude, just go. Hurry up.
You fucking go.
Oh shit! Dude! What the fuck? What was? You get it? Go!
Just like usual, something out of the ordinary happened, and they were all taken aback by this, the project leader specifically. He was the bravest of the bunch and decided to enter the main basement first, but the poltergeist made it really apparent that he was not welcome there. Wisely taking the hint, they all agreed that they should make their way back to the main house for safety and would never investigate the basement ever again. The sounds kept coming for the following week, and it was almost as if the poltergeist was begging for them to entertain it again, staying strong to their word, though none of the residents broke the idea and went into the basement. Little did they know that the spirit had power outside of it, and when it got bored, it decided to use that external power.
Yeah, a second ago that this sink was like doing some shit, man. Yeah, I think it looks like on now, like. Whoa! Oh! Let's see if it. I don't even like want to touch it. Okay, that's off. Now I turned it all the way on. It's just like sitting there. If you can hear me, show me a sign. Yeah, like that ever works. Oh! Alright, that's enough. Dude, no, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Shit's crazy.
It took it upon itself to mess with the tap and turned it on and off at different speeds. Now many people would pin this to be some form of issue with the pipes, but it doesn't take a genius to disprove this theory. The fact that the man filming had to turn the tap to deactivate it shows that something else must have also physically turned it. This was certainly a ghost. This next clip was recorded by an 11-year-old boy called Thomas, and a lot of people were angered by how he and his mother handled their spiritual encounter. It is important to note that none of them had ever experienced anything like this in the past, and were extremely frightened by what was to come, going as far as wanting to leave the home forever, despite the father of the family disagreeing. It was 10 o'clock in the evening when this happened.
What the heck?
Oh my goodness!
Like, what the heck?
That's spooky. That's spooky.
That is weird.
It's nearly midnight as well.
It's actually, look. Oh my god.
It did it again.
What the hell?
It did it again. Look at the dog. It's freaked out. What is it?
I don't know. No, I don't want to.
Go see what it is.
I don't want to.
Go on.
I'm getting as far back as I can. I'm like against the wall.
It's stopped. It's stopped now.
Yeah.
Go see what it is.
No,
Go
it's
on.
scary.
Oh! I can hear a noise.
I can hear it. I heard it.
Go see what it is. Oh! I saw something come on the bottom.
What? Maxie.
Maxie, get it. Get it,
Maxie, get it.
What is it, Maxie? What is it? Maxie, get it.
What the heck?
What is it? I saw it. I saw something come out. And then it went back in. Is it a bird? Is there a little bird stuck in there or something?
We don't own a bird.
What about a little ghosty? Is it a ghosty?
Do you think?
Is it a ghosty?
Like, I don't believe in abnormal stuff, but this is just weird.
Maxie. Maxie.
Maxie, come here.
Maxie.
Get it.
What's it, Maxie? What's it? In there. Open the cupboard, Ollie. Open it.
No, I don't want
Maxie,
to.
sit. Sit. Sit.
That is actually so weird.
Open the cupboard, Ollie.
I'm gonna kick it.
Open it.
No. I don't want it.
The cupboard was moving as if it was controlling itself, and it was very evident that there was no visible force acting upon it. The reason that this video was followed by a decent amount of outrage is because neither the boy or the mother went to investigate the cupboard, because now there is no proof that this was the act of a poltergeist. For all the audience could know, it was a string system being pulled by somebody behind the cupboard, but I don't buy into that. I think that the only reason they didn't investigate was the factor of fear, and I think in that exact situation, I would be too frightened to open an investigation myself. Sean loved golf, and he was always practicing his technique on video so that he could compare it to celebrities like Tiger Woods and see how he could improve. On the day that the clip I am about to expose you to happened, Sean was doing his usual routine and swinging his club around his sitting room, but this time, he planned to upload it to social media and invite public criticisms. However, he had no idea that this video would garner him some views for different reasons.
Shut the up. The What the fuck? Shut the
First of all, the golf club perfectly slipped into the rack without any human interaction, and Sean was taken very aback by this. Furthermore, the light above him started swinging rapidly, and sure, in isolation, these events could have been a coincidence, but when combined, a poltergeist interfering was the only possible cause. This was followed up by the cupboard swinging by itself, which topped off the whole incident. Surprisingly, Sean was pleased with all of this because it gave his golfing skills some exposure, but he was frightened in the moment nonetheless. Something that a lot of fridges have that I just cannot bring myself to understand is an interior camera, because who would want to review their fridge footage? The majority of the time you should know what is inside of it. And if you don't, then it is pretty easy to just go to the refrigerator itself, open it, and take a look inside. But some people just don't do this, I guess, including the family in the upcoming video. Their house was ridiculed with cameras because they were the victims of a break-in many years ago and were very precautionary. The cameras never helped with that though. They actually helped them catch a ghost in the act for the following video. Not only was the spirit opening and closing the fright was a creepy enough experience, it was doing it very aggressively. This conveyed the idea that its intentions were nothing but to instill fear and a sense of threat to the family. They sent the video to experts who claimed only a demon could cause movements so powerful, and they had to agree. They are in the process of getting rid of the spirit. I despise seeing innocent people fall victim to paranormal activity, but the sad thing is that the majority of cases happen to the least deserving of families. This next clip was captured by Rosanna, a kind and loving Christian girl who has never wanted anything other than a family to be a part of. She spreads kindness in everything that she does, and is well respected within her local community. If anybody was to experience horrors such as what I am going to show you, it should not have been here. Here, have a watch. From mysterious sounds to the scooter moving, this was not nice for Rosanna, who didn't do anything to deserve this. She showed the video to her friends and family, who all believed her because she was very trustworthy, and they recruited a ghost hunter to visit her home where it was cleansed. The ghostly saga did not last long, but we are pleased Rosanna is now okay. Contrasting the last clip we did, the man who recorded the following video is a ghost hunter and was far from innocent, if anything deserving of a haunting. The video took place in a haunted asylum, and the hunter was a man named Ian, who you will have heard of if you are a regular on this YouTube channel. The time was 1 o'clock in the morning when this happened.
Checkers board. Looks like 4 different ghosts would be sitting right there, playing away. Well, I mean, I guess it's a 2-person game, so that doesn't make no sense. The other 2 are spectators. That's what it would be. If there's anyone in here, could you make a sound? Whoa. Okay. I'm pretty sure I just heard something here. Is there someone sitting at this table? If so, could you knock on it? Knock on it, just like this. Getting like a weird smell over here. I definitely didn't notice it before. It smells almost like musty, like BO. I mean, no offense. If it's one of you or however many spirits are here. Oh God, it's getting like stronger. Where the heck is that coming from? It's so freaking weird. Whew. Jeez. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't offend you. That's not what I was trying to do. If you are sitting at this table, could you make one of these pieces move? Which color are you? Red or black? That smell has not gone away yet. Whoa! Oh my God! Dude, that piece just slid across the freaking table! How the hell did that happen? That is insane. Dude, that freaking red piece just moved from there all the way there. Thank you so much, whoever you are. That just blew my mind. I mean, You moved it on the wrong space.
I mean, it's safe to say that the spirit was playing the lighter color. The fact that Ian got frightened here says a lot, because he has been in the ghost hunting industry for many years and is only taken aback by some of the more severe instances. For more haunting videos, including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. In the following video, Miguel was showing his apartment on a video, and the reason behind this was very unorthodox. He was in contact with a ghost hunter regarding a spirit inside of his house, and he wanted help removing it. However, the hunter wanted undeniable evidence in order for them to not waste their time, so Miguel's mission was made clear. He needed to catch this spirit on camera. He waited until the time when most of things happened and took out his camera, which captured this.
Amigos, son las 1:26 de la madrugada y estoy solo. Ya van 3 veces que me tocan la puerta a mi casa y relativamente pues yo estoy solo, pero pues la verdad es que sí me da miedo. La neta no sé ni qué onda en mi casa y pues sí me da un chingo de miedo. Les juro. No mames, vete a la verga. No mames, no mames. Vete a la verga. No, neta, vete a la verga. Se acaba de caer esta madre. No mames. No mames.
The Rhino fell from the storage cabinet to the ground and surprisingly didn't smash. It was made out of china and was hollow, so it made no sense as to how it survived the fall, which just adds to how spooky this video was. Furthermore, the fact that it landed on all fours showed that the situation was out of the ordinary, because nothing of that sort can fall so perfectly. The video was sent to the ghost hunter and is pending review. We can only hope that Miguel receives the help he deserves. John Bailey Davies was an innocent teenager who was living his last year inside of his parents' house, and due to the fact that they worked a lot, he was left home alone. Whenever he was home alone, he would take his time operating a small-scale business that earned him around $1,500 per month. But whenever he finished with that, he would be free to play games. Over recent times, though, his gaming time has been interrupted by ghostly events, and when it started happening in this instance, he took it upon himself to start recording.
Welcome back to what is in my apartment while I'm home alone. Like, what could... Now, last time I didn't do this. I'm gonna open this door and it's gonna stop. I hate it.
Strangely, a series of footsteps could be heard from outside of his room, and due to this happening to him before he did not show any signs of thinking this was an intruder, he knew it was a spirit. In order to prove to the people watching the clip that it was real, though he left the room to investigate and found nothing. I dare you to try and find a natural solution in the comments, but for me, this is 100% a ghost sighting. After investigating the other room, he entered his again, hoping that he could at least sneak an hour into his day without any spiritual interruptions. This was a big ask considering how haunted his house truly was, but a man is allowed to dream, and dream he did. It's a shame his dream didn't become reality.
I'm the only one here right now. And as you can clearly hear, there's just someone out there.
Even more sounds came from outside of his room just 15 minutes later, and on top of this, the lights out there had turned themselves back on. This time, John did not buckle up the courage to investigate the situation. and believed he had already showcased enough evidence towards this incident being a real one. You cannot blame him. I doubt a single one of you would be unfazed in a situation similar to this one. Cameras are some of the most useful devices out there and have many purposes. These purposes include catching crime and looking back on suspicious things that have happened within a place, and it is safe to say that a ghostly event is on the suspicious side of things. Kyle Anthony was in the sitting room with his wife one day when he received an alert from his camera app that there was strange activity going on in the attic. Concerned, he opened the app, and what he found was insane. Have a look.
Well, the camera in the attic finally recorded something. I am freaked out, and there's no way in hell I'm going up there. Oh my God. Somebody please tell me what the hell I'm supposed to do. I can't go up there. This shit is f***ing crazy.
The box was shaking aggressively, and there is absolutely no reason that something like this could actually happen without the aid of a spirit. Furthermore, Kyle has had experience with ghosts before in his past, so it makes sense that what he was experiencing was more of this. However, he decided that entertaining the ghost was not a smart idea, and unlike most victims, never contacted any professionals after the prior incidents. However, this next event would contribute to him changing that thought process. One thing that most viewers said after the clip I just showed you was that they saw an animal such as a bird or a rat that moved the box, and Kyle set out to disprove these claims in an all-new clip. The time was 1 a.m. when he went to investigate the attic.
Guys, it was not an animal moving the box. It was not a bird, it was not a rat, it was not a mouse, it was not a snake, it was not my cousin. It was a little star pendant. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna go up there and show you. I'm gonna show you what it was. Sorry it takes me so long to get up this ladder. It's very rickety and I'm nervous. All right, see it? It was this little thing. This little thing. This was coming out. That's what people thought they saw. It wasn't a rat, it wasn't a snake, it wasn't a bird, it wasn't a mouse, it wasn't any of those things. That's what it was, okay? Gosh, dang it, I'm nervous to be up here. But I might as well have a look inside the box. It looks like things got moved around a little bit, but... Okay, and that's open. That's not fun. But we're gonna finally implement somebody's suggestion. Check it out. Let's just have a look at that.
First of all, he showed the audience a star which was supposedly the root of all the animal rumors, and in fairness to Kyle, the star did perfectly line up with where the animal was. On top of this, instead of ignoring the spirit and quote-unquote not entertaining it, Kyle decided to follow a viewer's request and pour some form of substance onto the box. He expected it to frighten the spirit and cause it to flee the attic, but it had the opposite effect. A paranormal surge occurred, and not only did Kyle hear something within the attic, but when he went downstairs, all sorts were happening. He was right after all. He should not have entertained the spirit's ordeals, and rather let it be. All he had done was make the situation far worse than it already was, and show the poltergeist that it was in fact getting into his head. This was when he realized that he had already entertained and fueled the poltergeist, so he might as well go the full mile and get a ghost hunter into the property. Over the next week, Kyle contacted all sorts of ghost hunters seeking one that charged a reasonable price, until he eventually found one that charged $500 with a money-back guarantee if any more paranormal activity occurred within a year. Kyle snagged the deal and was ready for the hunter to arrive, but just 1 week before the ghost showcased its utter resentment.
We were just going to bed, and I noticed out the bedroom window right there that this light is flickering on and off. Here's anybody who thinks that I'm using fucking smart bulbs or something. I don't know if you can see it. Does that look like a smart bulb to you? Anyway, I'm gonna go look at the basement. Let's go look at the basement. Make sure there's nothing in the house. Y'all will see that nobody's flipping the breaker on and off. As you can see, if somebody was flipping the daggone breaker, these lights will be flickering too. Gosh dang it. Oh my god. Alright, let's go out there. See if it's still happening. Did it stop? No, it's still going. It's still going. Look. It's still going. Look at it. Isn't that crazy? Oh, shit.
Strangely, the light bulb, which was clearly not able to be controlled by a mobile device, started to flicker on and off, and this raised the alarm bells for obvious reasons. Kyle went outside to check the scene, but this is when the doors closed behind him, confirming that this was an incident regarding the ghost, rather than a coincidence with the electricity. I wish Kyle the best on his ghost hunting visit, and hope the £500 spent becomes worthwhile. The following video was recorded in the house of Rosanna, and she has been a recurring victim of paranormal activity for a long time. It all started when her ex-boyfriend decided that it would be a good idea to visit a haunted house, and thinking it was fake, both of them were more than up for it. A lot of haunting stuff supposedly took place in this house, and they both ran back out of it as changed human beings. Little did they know that the spirit came with them, attaching to Rosanna in specific. This is the kind of stuff that she has to deal with nowadays. From the toilet seat, aggressively shaking to the door, locking her into her own bathroom, this was a horrific experience for Rosanna, but nothing abnormal for her. She was kind of used to the paranormal, but had never been locked inside of a room before, which is what gave her true fight due to her fear of enclosed places without an escape. Luckily, the exit opened and she was able to make it out, but you can't help but feel terrible for her nonetheless. If you have ever watched this channel before, you will know who Ian, also known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter, is. He is a brave and courageous ghost hunter who doesn't let any spirit ruin his adventures. But this one came close. He was exploring an abandoned asylum that was deemed to be haunted by many. He was completely aware that the spirits in there had a lot of resentment towards humans because of how they were treated when they were alive, but they did not expect them to cause as much of a fright to him as they did. Take a look.
Oh, that would be phenomenal if you did. Seems like you agree. Dang, this thing's going off like crazy. I don't think I've ever seen this thing go off like this. All right, Doris, I'm gonna start looking around. Which doll are you gonna move? Ooh. Oh, okay, thank you. I heard that. Holy moly, which doll moved? I can't even tell. There's so freaking many of them. Which doll did you move, Doris? Could you move her again? I'm getting nervous. Use as much energy as you need. Dude, okay, I just saw that one. That one just moved. Holy moly, I got goosebumps all over. Oh God, I can't believe I just seen that. She just moved, all on her own. Thank you so much, Doris. I feel like she is staring into my soul right now. This is a beautiful doll. Is this one of your favorites? Whoa, what the f? Dude, her hair just moved. Holy moly. She just caressed her hair. Dude, I just saw that. She just went like boop to her hair. Holy crap. Okay, I take that as a yes. This is your favorite doll. Oh gosh, it is getting freaky in here.
Out of nowhere, the doll moved its dress, and this took Ian aback for obvious reasons. However, due to his experience, he was not fazed, rather just in a state of shock. Little did he know that the doll would move again, and this time, after he asked a question, which practically confirmed the ghost was in fact present. Subscribe for more haunting videos from Ian, as he is included in every video I publish. Zachary was a single father who cared for his child called Lucius. The two lived a happy life as he was earning a stable income and owned a very nice house. They both described the house as perfect, and the common word that they used was a safe space, which made it even worse, which makes what you are about to see far more heartbreaking. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon when Zachary heard Lucius shout his name, and with his phone on record, he went to investigate.
All right, Lucius, what happened? Tell us what happened.
The chair fell by itself.
It fell by itself when it was sitting on top of there, or what?
It just fell, but I don't know how.
Jesus, man, what the heck? What the heck? Lucius, you don't got Lucius, it's okay!
Zachary had no idea what to expect when he went to see what was up with his son, but what we do know is that this was at the bottom of his list. The house had never hosted anything of this nature, and the fact that it decided to all of a sudden was really frightening. Furthermore, the fact that this happened to Lucius rather than his father shows that this ghost carried negative energy and had bad intentions, because choosing a young child as a victim is something that is far too unacceptable. I hope the poor kid never has to go through something like this again, and they are able to remove the entity from their house. The following video was taken by a woman called Lisa, and she knew fine well that her house was under a haunting. Things began for Lisa 2 weeks before this video was captured when she heard a singular knock at her window. 10 seconds after this knock, her room suddenly started going crazy, and it was definitely the act of a spirit. After this initial incident, she hoped that this would be the only time it happened, but every single day the knock happened again, and you guessed it, 10 seconds later, chaos was unleashed. Eventually, the conclusion was drawn by Lisa that the next time she heard a knock at the window, she would film and see what happened, with this being the recording.
We are here now to observe paranormal activities. Apparently, at the moment... Oh, there we go. It started. As you can see, the window is closed. The door is also closed, even though there is no door. And now, still, we're observing unnatural movements.
Strangely, the chair moved without any visible force interacting with it, and it is very clear that nothing was doing it. Lisa initially theorized that nothing would actually come of this recording, and the ghost would turn out to be camera shy, and was overjoyed after ending the recording. She uploaded it to social media, which is how I managed to get my hands on it, but no updates have been posted since. When you hear clattering in your kitchen, when the clock strikes midnight, it is bound to be a scary event. Not to mention that your partner is sleeping beside you, so you know it can't be them. This was the case for Nicola, the wife of Jesse, who faced this. Her and Jesse had been fast asleep for roughly 1 hour, and suddenly she was awoken by the sound of the fridge opening. After turning to her side and realizing her boyfriend was still sound asleep, she took it upon herself to check the scene with her camera in hand. Have a look.
Jesse, you left the fridge open. Holy shit. Oh my god. What's going on? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This kitchen was clearly haunted, and Nicola would most certainly pass away in a horror film. The fact she didn't think to wake up her boyfriend in a situation that could have been a strong burglar is bizarre, but she was very brave for making the decision to go alone. A ghost was probably the best outcome here, because anything else might have punished Nicola's silly decision, but she now has the draining task of trying to remove it.